Hi, this is just an update on a couple of things I've been working on with the Chao Garden mod. It's nothing super crazy. So basically, the first thing is how you can actually get these Chow eggs. So when you go through the portal, you will be given two Chow eggs, basic Chow eggs that you're free to hatch. Otherwise, you can trade with higher level villagers. This one's a master. I can't remember exactly. I think it's like level 4 or something before they'll actually trade you Chow eggs. The other way you can get them is in the trial dungeons. They will also give you Chow eggs. So the first thing is the Chows actually won't spawn in the overworld. I've just sped up the ticks, and as you can see, that it's not going to hatch. Um, but they will hatch if you take them to the Chao Garden. So this is basically a very simple island so far. I'm still working on some of the generation. Looks like a sunken boat kind of spawned half there, but cool. Um, so basically the way these islands work is that each player gets their own island. It's attached to like the actual player. So if two players walk through the same portal, they'll actually be taken to two different islands. The islands all exist on the same dimension. So if you were to sail far enough out with the coordinates, you would actually find your friend's islands, but you would never spawn in them. Yeah. Cool. So the other thing is I'll just show that I have added a couple more colors to the brackets. Just still very basic model. I really like the model. Unfortunately, it's not my model. I'm using a very old Chow mod that I found. This whole project kind of originally started as a port, but now I've sort of started to make it my own, and that one just hatched there. So the next sort of update I'll be doing is actually making my own models. Sort of had a crack at it. But yeah, anyway, so I'll just speed up the ticks here so you can see all the different colors, and yeah, they're pretty cool. So I'll be linking the original mod just in the description, so if anyone's interested in that mod too. Um, Cool. So one thing I added with this is a couple more options here. So now you've got like the follow, pick up, equipped, name, build, and skills. So if you click skills, you can see all their skills. You've got all the original sort of skills that a chow would have, and then you have crafting. So crafting, what I want it to be is you'll be able to teach the chows certain recipes that you can set up like a chow crafting table, and they'll actually craft stuff for you if they have the right equipment for it. I'm still sort of working out some bugs with that. The way it's meant to work is like if they're following you and you craft a single item, that will sort of add that item to their recipe book. It's not currently working, which is not ideal. But anyway, next thing is I just want to name him quickly. So I'm just going to call him Blue because he's blue. And as you can see, this is not a great example of it, but the little square above his head did change colors. This is also linked per person. So two different players, when they name their chow, they'll be given a different color. So if I go and name this chow here, I don't know, Will, Will, and you see it changes to that same color. So any chow I name is going to have that color. Any chow my friend comes in and plays, names, they might be like red or something. It's just kind of linked to the person. Cool. So the first thing, like I said, while you can't hatch the chows in the overworld, you can actually pick them up. This will attach them to the back of your head. Again, I'm still working on like models and stuff like that. But then you can just sort of step through the portal, and you can have them in your overworld, and they'll do everything that they would normally do in the Chow Garden. Should take it back. Cool. Um, so an example of like how the skills work, I wanted it to sort of match how in the Sonic Adventure 2 games, if you give them a certain animal, it will give them skills in one thing, but it can sometimes take away skills in a different thing. Like if you give them a fish, they, lose the ability to run, for example, but gain swim. So a good example of that is if we give them boots, let's give them some decent boots and a feather. So if we give them, and we can basically just walk up to them and right click them, and this is going to give them the boot. You see up the top there, it gives them a little skill. If I keep spamming it, he will, continue to level up. So now, let's let that finish. Cool. Now if I give him a feather, it will actually subtract some of his run. They'll never actually go down a level. So right now he's at the bottom of the run, and vice versa. Yeah. So again, just trying to match how that sort of works in the games. The last thing I want to show you is basically, I'm not super sure how I want this to work right now. But basically, they will be able to build for you, build items, build structures for you. Right now, I've only got two sort of schemas downloaded and put into a folder. When it sort of ships, the folder will be empty, so you'll kind of need to go and source your own schemas and get them to build it. But if you click the Survival House 5, just like that, and then we go up, you see at the bottom, sort of telling you to find an area that you want to build in. You basically just right-click the area and kind of clears that area first. Eventually, I want the Chow to sort of do that himself, like go through and clear it instead of doing that. And I'll just speed up the tutorial. He sort of builds it. He kind of builds it like a 3D printer, so he goes like layer by layer. So you can see these lanterns are sort of just hovering on nothing. I do want to sort of change that so he builds a little bit more naturally. Um, yeah, but just export it. There you go. You got a whole house. Again, this is, I'm not super sure I want this to work. It is kind of broken to just be able to get them to build a bunch of stuff for you, but so I kind of want it locked behind maybe a significant level cap. But yeah, this is kind of the mod where it's at currently. Yeah, thanks for watching.